Hey guys, Johnathan Shiadek here, Miami, Florida. I'm going to go over with you guys some things about what they call the illuminati for some. It's actually linked directly to Havana syndrome as advertised now, God forbid. If you also, folks, you guys need to understand something before you take whether it will even be Google's word, my word, or anyone's word. Your results are going to differ based on your region. So if you take, for instance, and Google the word microwave weapons, uh, in America, you'll get some results that are going to result with the Havana syndrome in there in those top few. Now, if you change your country region to France, and it's easiest to do this with the browser DuckDuckGo, it's also the most safe and reliable one I use. But if you change it to France, it will then tell you a result that says that it's a delusional thing, or basically anybody that says that is trying to defend it because they're capitalizing on it in a seven-figure of money avenue. A lot of money that they're making in it on fraudulent life insurance policy, deaths and stuff, what have you. Um, and you can look up the U.S. military, the Navy, the Air Force. Everybody's had some form of it since the early 80s and 90s. Direct energy weapons, aka electromagnetic frequency, has been being used for a long time. It's just very rare targets that actually get killed by it or severely damaged. Uh, so now I'm going to explain to you guys how this ties into the Illuminati. All right. So the Illuminati is basically a phrase came up with from the South American cultures, particularly Mexico. Uh, and some they try to make like some religious thing on it. It's got nothing to do. It's not religious at all. There's no religion to it. It's evil, but it's not religious. Okay. Um, here's how that works basically. So a direct energy weapon, can shoot somebody between 40 gigahertz and 94 gigahertz now, according to the website I'll drop in the comments, which should be brought down by the FBI, minicircuits.com. Well, they have now advertised that they can make microwave weapons up to 94 gigs, 94 gigahertz. Now, mind you, to make a bone or something splatter apart in a regular, conventional, everyday, at home microwave, those microwaves are only 2.4 gigahertz. So imagine the difference at 30 times more, no, 40 times that, being on someone's skin or their bones, their chest, or their heart. It'll make your bones splatter, it will give you cardiac arrest, and it will burn your skin. Okay. Now, how this ties in with the Illuminati and what they will do. So, Mexicans have picked this up for a way to take hits, cartel hits. Um, it, they will not do it. They will not even start doing this to somebody at all until you have the surety to pay the organization at least a seven-figure money digit of money on your head, which is only able to be accompanied by life insurance policies, meaning someone had an insurable interest in insuring you, like a relative or something, someone you think's close to you. They won't even start pulling this type of stuff out. They'll just shoot you in the head if they want you dead. So for them to pull these out, they obviously have to have, there's got to be a lot of money involved. Powering them costs a lot. Paying the people to do it costs a lot. Now, the way that they sound is they have three different sounds. One sounds just like a cricket, I guess you could say, a cricket. And it's the thing is a cricket, a normal regular cricket in the plants, in the bushes, takes breaths. It's like every other living creature takes breaths. It doesn't have a constant sound for hours or for minutes straight. It will Click, 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 and then it'll shut up. A 40 gigahertz operating direct energy weapon, electromagnetic frequency device, microwave weapon will constant. It will not. There won't be a distinct faint silence in between the cricket sound chirp because it's a direct beam. So imagine a beam. Now, unlike a laser beam, where the light's more visible, do direct energy weapons, microwave weapon beams are a lot less visible of a light. They're more of a faint light. Okay? And the way that it works with the gang stalking is that people they freeze to it as gang stalking, but it's really gang stalking's this. Here's what they do. They'll have somebody come and stalk you, look at you, follow you, and they'll make sure that the beam they'll give coordinates back to the person powering the beam because this can't just one that actually does significant damage has to be powered off of a large battery, industrial sized vehicle, large power source. It's at the mercy of the power source. So to do that, they're not just carrying it around. They have made handheld ones, but the strongest ones are the biggest power supplies. Well, to have that beam know that it's on the person because it's such a small little bitty stray of energy light and you can't see it very well, they'll have the person come and confirm that little faint light is over you. And now if it sits on you for so long, you'll feel a spasm at first. You ever take them a few hours? Keep sitting in the same exact level of high energy, and it'll start making your bones will literally start to get pressurized, and then they can actually splatter. You can actually have bones splattered apart, not blunt force, one single crack. Okay, it's going to heal itself in a week, it took 4 to 6 weeks. No, I'm talking a splattered bone fragment where you've got all of a sudden, your one rib is in 12 pieces. Okay, that's kind of hard for the body to figure out how to put itself back together. That's the big risk with that. Okay, now, so imagine a 40 gigahertz, which is the sound of a cricket, like basically a faint cricket. Very easy to not even think it's something. Um, if that's on you for a long time, it's going to cause significant damage. Now, when they increase that to 60 gigahertz or 80 plus gigahertz, it sounds a lot more of a different sound. It kind of sounds like a weed eater, but in low decibel. So what you'll see happen is with this illuminati, which aka the Latin kings have picked it up. I noticed because you see a bunch of 5-point crown people showing up at all the places you go to. You got to know what time of day it is. You know what I'm saying? This is how it is. Which is fine. I'm still here. But those guys, what they'll do is they will go and they will use a weed eat. They'll have somebody weed eat over and over right by where your job site at or your professional environment or everyday source of being is at. And the weed eater sound, if they're out there and they look like, oh, this is a hardworking Mexican. That's what people are driving by thinking. Oh, he's weeding the grass every day this week. He's such a nice guy. Yeah, no, he's not. No, what he's really doing is he's covering up the fact that somebody in that particular area has a beam getting hit on some part of their body right now for the sole purpose of causing irreparable harm or death. And why? Because it is easy to capitalize on it for them with the life insurance policy companies as it being an accidental death when it leaves no projectile. Okay, it's a very hard to distinguish sound. It's evidence. It's very difficult to track them, and to even be able to record a 80 plus gigahertz electromagnetic frequency wave. The equipment costs $200,000 plus. just to be able to do it. Brand new, it's 496 grand for what they call an analyzer, to be able to record and take down the actual frequencies of that many gigahertz, which is a large amount of energy, enough to cause immediate death to a human body if hit the right target for a long enough period of time. So that's it for today, folks, for this episode of F the Mafia. Stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.